of protein feed supplements that are extracted from the larva stage of black soldier flies. Um, yeah, so we are based in Impigi district. This is where we are at Jangu International, and I am going to take you first through why we are doing this business, when we started it, why we started it, and why we started to work as a team of two, and why us the best team to work on this. And then later, I'll take us through the processes of producing our feeds from the insects. Yes. So thank you. So Farm Plus, as I've mentioned, is an initiative that is upgrading livestock feed security. We are solving the problem of expensiveness of protein feed supplements like soybean and merino fish, being that these feeds in Uganda are seasonal and also consumed by people. So it puts them in on competition. So there is a competition for food between us humans and the livestock. So when the feed traders hear this, they tend to hike prices, of which farmers cannot afford the feeds for their animals on a daily or on a monthly basis. So we've seen many enterprises coming to solve such a problem or the opposite, but then coming up on the side of the humans, providing feeds for the humans. And basing on the passion that we have as a team, we decided to go the other way around, solving this problem when it comes to the livestock, but then impacting the livelihood of the humans, which are the livestock farmers. So solving this problem, we had to come up with a solution which is opposite. And the solution was supposed to be coming up with a protein source that is not seasonal and also not consumed by human consumption, as the other alternatives on market are. So these feeds, we went into research and came across the black soldier flies, which is an insect that is not uh, cultivated on a seasonal basis. Whether it's raining or shining, we can have it. And also, people in Uganda currently do not consume it, so meaning that it is not on competition with human consumption. So we decided to use the black soldier fly to produce feeds for livestock farmers. Our feed, over 60% protein, since we are basing or focusing on the protein source, and also 30% cheaper than the existing alternatives, since we are also focusing on creating an affordable alternative for the farmers. Yes, that's what we do. And our process of how we do it, it's what we are going to take you through now. And we are starting from the collection of organic waste. So we are going to go outside the facility to see where we collect our organic waste from, or where we put it from after the collection. Let's go. Yes, so we collect organic waste from different areas, but also within the facility, within the Jangu International community. So we collect specifically the food waste, and this waste we feed. So after the collection, we sort. So, so here are the different tanks of the organic waste. So we collect it and keep it into the tank and leave it to ferment so that our insects easily consume it. So after the process of this waste fermenting, we sort it when we are going to feed it to the maggots or the insects. We sort it by removing the, because we only need the food waste. We collect, we sort and remove the plastic waste. Now here is the example of the waste that we sort and remove from the other waste that we want. So this is the plastic waste that comes along with the organic waste after the collection, but we later sort it. So after the sorting, we we mix the organic food waste with the eggs. So I'm going to take you through the process of how we are getting the egg. But then after collecting the organic waste, we feed it to the eggs that later turns into the maggot stage, and the maggot stage later turns into the flies, but on the maggot stage, it's what we use to produce the feeds. So after the sorting and the mixing of the organic waste, now we later bring it into our tanks or our containers. So here's the container that we use to feed the maggots. So here we have the maggots after the stage of the eggs. That's after 5 days of feeding the eggs. So they turn into the maggot stage of. So here we have the maggots. So here are the maggots after the period of 5 days of mixing the organic waste and the eggs. So they turn into this stage. So how we get the eggs? So this is the stage that we use that we harvest and make feeds out of them. So this is the stage that we get from the eggs, and how we get the eggs is if these maggots are not harvested, if they go for a period of a month or 3 weeks, they are later going to turn into a stage called pupa. So they start pupating, and from pupation, they turn to flies, the black soldier flies. So here are the pupa. If these maggots are not the maggots that I'm from showing you, if they are not harvested, they turn into pupa. So pupa are the maggots when they are into the dormant stage and they turn black. So we have them here. So they're kind of similar to the waste, but you can see them. So they are black maggots, they are pupa. So after pupation, they now turn into the flies. And here are our flies. So here we have the flies. So why they are few? It's because they always die after a period of so now they are just coming into the net, but they always die after a period of 2 weeks because they do not feed. So after giving us the eggs, they die because they only feed on water. So here they are trapped into the net and they are laying eggs. So of which the eggs we are going to harvest and put into the organic waste to get the maggots. So here the flies, they're into the process of coming up from the pupa stage, and how they give us the egg is that, so when it comes to these flies, they like to hide their egg. So we put this kind of wood into the net for them to have their eggs hidden inside there. So here is the black soldier fly. Yes, here is the black soldier fly. So it had come to lay eggs. So it has a tendency of hiding eggs. So we put this wood to give them a comfort place for them giving us our eggs. So they always come in between these woods and they put their eggs. So we have some eggs here. They are always tiny. I don't know if you can see them. They are very small, kind of yellowish in color. So those are the eggs that we collect and put in the organic waste that we've shown you to turn into the maggot. And from the maggot, we harvest. So let me show you how we harvest our maggots. So currently we harvest them manually. So one of the behaviors of these maggots is that they don't like light. So how we harvest them currently, so there is machines that harvest them, but currently we are doing it manually according to our capacity. So they fear light. They tend to run out from light. So what we do is getting this kind of a wire mesh, put them on wood the way it is down here. So we always collect this together with the maggot, this waste together with the maggot, put them on the wire mesh. So as a way of this maggot trying to escape from the light, they drop down here and we collect them because there are just small holes here that this waste can't pass through. So we get this and put them on the wire mesh. So as these maggots are trying to escape from the light, we are going to collect them from down. And this waste can't go there. So you see how these maggots are going there. So we collect them from down there. So that's how we harvest the maggots. And from harvesting them, we dry them. So after drying them, then we crush it into a finished product. So let's have a look on the dried maggot. So here is our dried maggot. So after the process of harvesting, we dry them, and now here they are ready to be crushed. And after crushing, we pack them and give them to our clients. So here is the finished product. So we do for poultry. So this is the product for poultry. So each kilogram of our feed goes for 5,000 shillings, Ugandan shillings. So this is for the poultry, but then we also have for piggery as our. So we also have this that goes for pigs. So we have two kinds of product. So here now the product is ready, or the produced insects are ready to be fed to the animals, the piggery and the poultry, and we sell this to the livestock farmers. And when I'm talking about the impact that we are creating throughout the process, we have the would be waste from the production process. So we have this waste. This comes after harvesting the maggots. So we also have dry this waste because we are looking at a circular economy where we don't have any waste from our production process. So we use this organic waste because it's organic and now it has already been decomposed by the maggots. It's good for the crops. So we dry it, also crush it. So we also crush the waste into this format, and now we give it back to the farmers and different people to use in their gardens to replace the usage of synthetic fertilizers. So that's one of the impacts that we are creating, but then also providing something that is affordable, 30% cheap. We believe that when a farmer uses our product, they save 30% of the money that would have been invested in buying feeds, and they can use this money to cater for their basic needs like paying school fees for their children and catering for medication, food, and other stuffs. So hence improving on their livelihood. And then also we have different women that we work with when it comes to collecting organic waste. Currently they are not here because they collect organic waste from different areas, like in PG Town, but then we also have some gents that work within the community to collect the organic waste. And then in our mode of delivery, we have someone that does the delivery to for us. So that also employment opportunities that we have created. So this is we have machinery around. And this is the machine that we use to crush our feed. but then crush the waste at the same time, all the manure. And then one experience that we've gotten from all this, as long as we say we produce something that is affordable, but since it is food that is needed by the animals every day, we found out that there are smallholder farmers that can't afford these feeds consistently on a daily basis or on a monthly basis. So we've introduced a project under Farm Plus called Train How to Feed, where we train different individuals, but basically the single mothers or the rural women, on how to grow the black soldier flies. We train them on how to grow, manage, and harvest the maggots or the black soldier flies so that they're able to produce their own feeds or their as a way of creating another source of income for them. So um, with our manure, we have our demo garden, something that proves that this works. We have our demo garden for the vegetables. And here we have the cabbages. They are like 1 month old that we apply our manure that is gotten from the waste that we collect. So this is the demo garden for our manure. So the most needed thing is the demo garden or the demo farm for the poultry and piggery. But currently, the place where we are currently operating, we are not allowed to grow or to layer animals from here. So what we have is we have one of our beneficiaries close to us, like a 15-minute walk from where we are operating from, where his farm is. So if a customer needs to see how our feeds function or to see some animals that have used our feeds, so we take them there. So talking about a team, we are a team of two currently, two co-founders, I, Jessica, and Vicky, that is holding the camera. But then we have a supportive people around us, starting from Jango International Senior, and also being that now we are into the purposeful process, the purposeful system or the relevant ventures. So we have a supportive team around us. Thank you.